Today, we're gonna go ahead and finally bring the GTR to the shop. This week is my off week. Instead of doing some side work, I wanna go ahead and finish up my car. I've been putting this off far too long. I gotta get this bay fully stripped, painted. If the Raptor liner comes in time, I gotta go ahead and get some Raptor liner on the wheel wells. And super excited. Got a lot of work ahead of me and some late nights, but I got to make this happen. It should definitely turn out pretty sick. So let's go ahead, let's get to the shop and let's start tearing this thing apart some more. So we just gave this thing a quick wash. Sprayed most of the gunk out of it. Still gonna have to wash it some more once I pull the subframe and all that stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead, get it off the trailer and probably set it right here. So from here, I'm gonna go ahead, pull the throttle cable, pull all the ABS wiring, pull the brake lines. What else? I gotta get all these clips off without busting them so I can try and save them. I might not have to save these because I think this is for the Hikis lines, but stuff like that I wanna keep. And anything that doesn't need paint on it is coming out. So let's go ahead and do that, scuff it right here. I'll wash it one more time and then we'll bring it inside the shop. Alrighty, so a little bit later, why is my camera not focusing? We got the bay pretty much stripped out. Still gonna pull this guy and the clip, but I'll do that real quick. Still do have to pull the cowl so I can go ahead and pull that stuff off without ruining it. For the time being, I'm gonna scuff everything around that and then I'll get to that. So I am gonna have to pull out these riv nuts. Thankfully, there's no new holes. They just put them in existing holes, which is nice. But all this stuff has to get sanded down to bare metal wherever the surface rust is. All this nasty seam sealer is gonna get ripped out. Same goes with this stuff. I'm gonna redo it all, and all the stuff that goes around the core support that I did like 2 years ago, I'm gonna redo all that stuff too because I don't like how that looks. And I'll probably end up redoing this one too so it matches this side. But definitely excited. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting my hands dirty, and I guess I can put you guys on a little time lapse. Well, we have been grinding on the engine bay. We got all the seam sealer grinded out. Got the majority of the bay prepped out. Got my hands all scuffed up, knuckles, they hurt. But we're almost there. We're like 85%. Still gotta do the wheel wells, the bottom of the rails, inside the tunnel more, the areas where it can't reach behind the lines, and the subframe areas. But that will be done once it's up on the lift. I'm gonna go ahead and try and push this thing inside. Got a little bit of a lip right there, so might be a bit challenging, but we'll get it done. And she still looks good, man. we got the GTR in the shop, up on the lift. Next up, we're gonna pull these wheels off, start pulling off the suspension one by one, and then go ahead and drop the subframe. Definitely want to get the subframe cleaned up, maybe even get it powder coated. I'd really like to, but time frame, it's kind of an iffy situation. So I'm gonna go ahead, rip all this shit out. All right, so we have officially got the GTR stripped. Actually, I guess I'm lying. I do have some stuff right here, that little bracket that doesn't need to be used anymore. We still got to pull the steering stem, and we do have to pull the cowl, and then those two pieces right there. I'm gonna go ahead, drop the car down, and do the rest of it. I'm gonna go ahead, flip the camera around, show you guys where we're at and how close we are. Here we are up on the lift. Last night I went ahead and etch primed everything that was bare metal, did all that stuff, seam sealed it right when I got here, did there, just to kind of match this side, obviously those. So that should flow pretty nicely. I smoothed it out. I'm not a big fan of like brushed look. The brush look is more factory, but the car is already not factory as is, so it is what it is. This is just epoxy primer. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to slap a bunch of seam sealer on it. It's all covered anyway, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. The next step is to go ahead and start taping up the car, bagging the car, back taping all the holes, and then we can shoot some sealer, base coat, clear coat.